Greetings, everyone, and welcome once again to TFT Tarot for Today presents Oberon's Outlook on the Emotional Exchanges. And I'm Oberon. Normally I'm here with my partner Banshee during our live streams, but I'm here to give you the emotional tarot reading for your elemental sign this week, and that is the week of Friday, January 15th till next Thursday. That should be the 21st of January. So here we go. The reading is arranged by your elemental association. You're either an air sign or a fire sign or that kind of thing. And we start off with a collective reading for everyone, just a general mood setter or trend indicator for everyone. And for that I use my Isis Tarot, which is a fortune-telling oracle that is similar to the tarot, but not really exactly a tarot. So I'm just going to draw a card randomly and then read that for us real quick. Alrighty, and we have, number 22, vagueness. Have we had that one before, guys? I don't remember. Okay, so vagueness. Well, what's that? Vagueness, a feeling of responsibility. Let others share. Purposeful. You share your talents and your fortune with others. Build a new vision in life. You will make a choice. Okay, it sounds pretty vague, all right. We're just going to leave it at that. You know, sometimes it works for me. I don't know if it works for you. Sometimes it doesn't work for me at all. Well, hello there. It looks like one of my friends has joined us. Are you going to try to get on the table? And that would be Shadow. And by the way, Shadow kind of made a guest appearance at my first Goth Tarot segment, which premiered a couple of days ago. So you never know. The girl does get around. Oh, please don't jump on the table. You'll knock everything over. Just stay where you are. Are we gonna have a time with you? That's good. You stay there. Okay, so we're gonna start off the reading, and we're gonna do our air signs first. Air signs. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. And your word of the week is temperance, which is the major arcana 14 in most decks. And temperance. So your word of the week is be moderate, be perceiving, be connected to the idea of balance and regulation. All right, so we're going to do our reading now. And Mr. O, as I call myself or am referred to, is aware that sometimes the shuffling of the cards sounds really loud. And I don't know if it's because of the table I'm using up here in the esoteric library, or if it's just something to do with the area being smaller so the sound doesn't disperse as quickly. So I'm just going to try to be more mindful of that. Okay. What emotional happiness will the air signs find this week? And we had the reversed Two of Swords. So I'm going to say, let's see if I can nudge that over there a little bit. Okay, Two of Swords. The happiness we find this week is when we find we're going to walk away from maybe a stalemate kind of position and maybe just say we're going to take our chances and we feel we have it prepared. This will make us happy. Perhaps we've been waiting a while to decide something, trying to measure the pace, but we're ready to move on now this week, and that will bring us a lot of happiness. So what emotional challenges or surprises will you face this week? Come on, baby. Are you going to jump up here? She is not. She always acts like she wants to, though. And the emotional surprises are the Magician. And I think we are challenged this week to really, of course, follow through with what I said in the first position and be the magician. Execute the will. Use our forces and our abilities and skills to be directive of the energy, to have our belief, our faith, that is the same thing, isn't it? Our vision and our willpower all together with only us knowing what our intentions are and moving towards that and not letting anyone else stop us necessarily. Okay, so what will concern those around us the most this week, emotionally or otherwise perhaps? And those could be romantic relationships. Those could also be family relationships, platonics, co-workers, people you know in the community. And here we have the King of Swords upright. And so I'm going to say that the King of Swords upright is telling me that those around you will feel like they need to put themselves in charge of certain things, and they need to make decisions and be directive of those energies that are going on around them. Now, maybe some of these people in your life will be facing some interesting decisions to make or judgments to make over some situations going on. And these are the kind of things that emotionally are really involved. So for an example, maybe somebody has to make a caretaking decision about somebody in their family, or help somebody else make that, in their co-workers' family. So those are the kind of things that could be going on with a King of Swords energy there. So I hope that was interesting, and it looks like kind of an even keel week, like you're putting your stuff together, you're in balance, and you know what you want to do. You want to move away from the stalemate and be creative and enforce your will. And the only thing that maybe concerns you is the fact that some of the folks around you are also trying to forge their own will, and maybe some of those decisions may actually mesh together. Who knows? Okay, so that's what we had for the air signs. And I see my little kitty again. Hello there, kitty. Are you coming up in my lap? Nope. Just going to play hard to get over there. So now we're going to move on to our friends who are the fire signs. And of course, the fire signs are Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. And their word of the week. Come on, jump on my lap if you're gonna, or go away. You are so bothersome over there. Come on. Come on. Come. There you are. Okay, see, you do exist. The shadow cat does exist. The luxurious, beautiful cat. Do not go on the table. No, no, no. Don't go on the table. Maybe it's time for you to drop down. Go on. You said hi. Okay, so our word of the week. Boy, that was really annoying. Sorry about that, folks. Our word of the week is dissension. So it may be that fire signs will be caught up in some of the dissension that's going on around us, and emotionally will feel drawn to that energy, trying to figure out if you can help or if it involves you at a certain point, or what the heck is going on. And dissension usually means people that aren't getting along, that maybe there are arguments. They're actually fighting in the picture is what it looks like. So don't let that happen to you. So let's get on with our reading. Reminding everybody that my fellow fire sign, the Banshee, will be having her Banshee's Material Matters this Sunday at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And it's pretty much the corollary to my show. So it's more the practical things that are going on in your life and what you can do with your money or education, finance, prosperity, the keys, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so let's get on with our reading. And what emotional happiness will the fire signs find this week? And we have the Devil reversed. And I think our fire signs will be very happy because they will sort of feel free. They will sort of feel that maybe they were limiting themselves, they were holding themselves back, they were restricting themselves, or maybe within A primary relationship, both parties may have been doing that. A lot of times the devil, when it's the other way around, kind of refers to codependencies and those types of personalities that maybe cannot do bad on their own, but actually use a willing partner, the partner in a relationship. So this may or may not apply to some of us as fire signs. If it's not a primary relationship, it may mean a strong partnership or a co-worker or family member situation where maybe you were both enabling each other perhaps, and maybe what makes you happy this week is you kind of figure out what you can do to loosen some of those bonds and to get rid of some of those obsessions or those bad habits that you're going through. That would make me happy. I have a lot of bad habits, let me tell you. So now, what emotional challenges or surprises will you face this week? And in this one, we have the sun reversed. And so what kind of surprises will you have? Well, it looks to me like maybe you're not really sure about how you deal with somebody emotionally, somebody that either you have to deal with who maybe could be a coworker, but you have a slight emotional relationship, or maybe it's somebody else that you have a stronger emotional relationship with. But what is challenging or surprising is that maybe you're not exactly sure how you are dealing in that situation. It may be that there are factors involving relative strengths of each of the parties that you don't understand. You may not be understanding any kind of gestalt that's going on with that. And so that's very challenging you to maybe figure out how to open that book up, how to look and illuminate what you need to find out there. So then finally, what will concern our various relationships, or one or two in particular, the most this week? And those might be the platonic or coworker, family relationships, or strong primary romantic relationships. And wow, we had all major arcana here. We have the moon. Okay, and the moon is upright. So this is actually, fortuitous more or less in the emotional realms. It does speak to a lot of the emotionality that maybe, the moon, the full moon might bring. Everybody, has a lot of their own full moon jokes. We're not actually at the full moon. I think we just passed one a couple of days ago. We passed the dark moon, actually. So we're moving towards a full moon, but that's still going to be nearly 2 weeks away. So what does this tell me, though? What concerns us is that maybe certain people around us feel that there's certain mysteries they need to uncover. There's certain aspects that seem to be hidden from them. This may involve, of course, I think, where they stand in certain relationships. And I kind of mentioned that before, that maybe people will need to understand where exactly they are within a relationship. It could just be a reporting relationship, a workplace that you really like, but maybe there's a particular issue right now. I know that I was in a workplace that had some of the healthcare precautions, and so there were some issues related to that. So it could just be things like that, but they may bother people emotionally. They may be effective emotionally for them. Okay, so overall, though, not a bad week for the fire signs, other than the dissension, which maybe I think is summed up with the moon there, maybe a little bit of contrariness over some of the deceptive things that could be going on. I do see some good stuff there. I see people being happy because maybe they're figuring out how to avoid temptation. And maybe they're figuring out also, too, what it is they need to discover to add light to their perceptions of what other, emotional challenges might be happening right now. So that's it for the fire signs. And we will be moving on now to the water signs. Whoops, I'm all shaky there. And water signs are, of course, Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. Like me. Hello there, baby. I hear ya. I hear you down there. You must have heard us talking about you. And your word of the week for the water signs is revelation. So I think that this is, there's sort of something definitely emotional, sexual, even about this particular picture. So the revelation may be that for water signs, maybe it may be understanding a truly deep part of their sexual, emotional complex, that kind of thing. I'm just going to go with that and say whatever, that is to you, of course. And my little friend is over here again if you see me petting her. Hello there, baby. Why don't you just stay away? I'll be done with this reading and I'll give you all the petting and love that you need. Honest to goodness. Still trying to keep those noises down. Probably not doing a good job of it. I'm kind of thuddy at times. Just haven't found the exact layout here that I want. Okay, for the water signs, what emotional happiness will you find this week? And we have the Princess of Cups, which is the Page of Cups. And I think water signs are happy when their intuitive abilities are operating and they feel sort of an affection and a vibrancy of life. Hello, baby. And they're just feeling in tune and they just sort of feel like everything is flowing to them. It's very much a sign of movement. Maybe it's a sign of receiving messages in a certain way. So it could be that, we're getting all those right clues about what our emotional likes and dislikes are in this week ahead. So then what emotional challenges or surprises will you face this week? And over here we have the upright Three of Wands. And I think that's a pretty good card. I think that either surprising or challenging is that maybe, although we feel well invested with things, we know we need to learn patience and we need to learn to accept the fact that some of the things we want the most, the emotional things we want the most, will take a little time. Well, hello there, baby. Please do not jump on the table. No, that's right. I hate to be abrupt with you. Oh, look at you. Just swat away at me. Okay, I'll try to pet you a little bit. Okay, and I wanted to get through this really nicely. Well, what will concern our other romantic, platonic, friendly, co-worker relationships the most? It's the Seven of Cups. And I think a lot of the folks around us, maybe they're starting to kick up a little fuss because maybe some of the restrictions concerning COVID and things are changing. So people may find that they're able to indulge a little bit more in those fantasy aspects of their life. Maybe they're like, well, what am I going to do first? Am I going to go and eat out? Am I going to go to a movie? Am I going to go to a bar? Am I going to go to the gym? So a lot of people are feeling like they have a lot of things that they really want to focus on. And maybe this gives them sort of an attitude that they don't really know for sure what to focus on, so they're just going to, be a little bit more dreamy this week. So look for some dreamy quality with the folks you care about around you, perhaps. You are something else. You know what? Most of our viewers do not get to see you a whole lot. So I'm going to just say, hey, everyone, this is it. This is the shadow. All right, so not a bad week for the water signs. I think that they're kind of in their power. Maybe they have a deeper understanding, the revelation, and maybe messages of love or extreme emotional bonding and intuitive one-on-one is there. The sense that we understand, we're challenged by the fact that we have to wait a little bit to get, those things we want. And that those around us are going to be really a little bit abstract to us, a little bit into that vagueness. Remember we had vagueness? Is vagueness still there? There's vagueness. Vagueness makes a reappearance. So that's it for the water signs. And if you will allow me to, I am going to collect the cards and move on to the next reading. Hello there. Oh, look at you. You are just adorable. You are just adorable. Yes, you are. You are. Oh dear, you're messing up all my cards now. So let's move on to the earth signs. And probably the card I want has been swept away. Oh dear. I want the card that you're underneath. There it is. Let me have that. My goodness. What an appropriate card. It's the High Priest. Something that I am not being right now. I am definitely not very conventional. But I think this card says, as a word of the week, this may be a week where you're going to observe traditions, you're going to observe societal norms, and you're going to hopefully understand that and be able to relate to that. It really has a lot of talk about conventionality. On the offhand chance, maybe there's something about a marriage going on that you might hear. So let's get on with our reading. You just stay there, okay? Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. You're my little baby. Look at her. Isn't she beautiful? We decided that we're okay with her not really being a black cat. We call her a black cat, but she's just really incredibly dark brown, and I guess most black cats really are. Or some of them that have that trait are actually from an Asian breed, I guess. And she's more from European derived breeds. Oh, you are my little beautiful one. You really are. Look at the camera. Okay. Taking way too much time with cooing to the little girl here. Anyway, what emotional happiness will the earth signs, which, by the way, did I even mention earth signs are Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. Okay. What emotional happiness will you find? Well, earth signs, you hit the jackpot out of all the signs. Earth signs, maybe you're having strong emotional bonding, love, harmony, trust, partnering, coupling with somebody romantically, somebody in your family, somebody as a coworker. Maybe you just really have that wonderful, close relationship with a coworker. I've had a few like that, really, that, they're like the closest person next to my wife, that kind of thing. Do not jump up there. I'm listening to you. Okay, what emotional challenges or surprises will you face this week? And we have the reversed Prince of Cups. The Prince of Cups is more or less the Knight of Cups. So it may be also, too, that in addition to this extreme bonding thing, there is also something that seems a little bit off romantically, like maybe there is some distraught emotions, there is maybe some sadness, there is maybe something unexpected emotionally, and maybe it's kind of like taking off, it's leaving, or it's coming and it's going, it's oh, look at her, she's biting my hand down there. But that doesn't look good compared to the first one. So maybe in the face of making a decision to really bond with somebody, or just that fact that you have done that, it's not really a decision, but that what is the challenge is maybe this could also be the person that maybe there's a separation going on, or maybe there's something different or off emotionally. I don't necessarily see them as two different events, but maybe they are. I'm not sure. So finally, what will concern our romantic, platonic, coworker, other family, good friend relationships the most? And we have the Empress upright. And so I think for a lot of other people, they want to work on things. They want to be productive. I think that a lot of people are thinking about what is it that they really love and needs cultivation, because I think that's really important. The Empress has supreme aspects of cultivation, of causing flourishment, and of course this is really about the emotional concerns that some of these people in your lives may have, so I'm thinking it is really talking about that, cultivating the power of love, peace, good relationships, trust in their lives. So I'm going to wrap that up real quick. Okay, so there's some extreme happiness, there's some bonding, there's some intuitive closeness between you and somebody. But at the same time, there's also this very challenging aspect of something leaving, or something really changing or having, Spirit is saying, you got to find this out. So I'm saying, take the second card on that one. I don't do this very often, do I? But it told me to. And it's the Four of Cups reversed. And that says a choice has to be made. A choice has to be made. But see, what I'm seeing there is that what is the challenge is that something is about to have a really unsatisfying situation happen. It's coming into your life, maybe something that really threatens to be heartbreaking or concerning, strongly emotional feeling. And I think it's about a choice somebody has to make. Somebody has to make a choice. I don't know right now that I feel it does relate to the Two of Cups in the first instance. That may be outside of that. But finally, what considers others is that they have to grow in certain ways, and they have to cultivate what they want. And I'm wondering if maybe these two are more connected, that maybe the choice is about letting somebody go in your family or your arena of emotional closeness, that you have to let somebody do what they need to do. Maybe earth signs have been too smothering of somebody. I don't know. Does it sound exactly like an earth sign to me? Nah, it does. Anyway, that's a cute little thing I just said there. But it just looks to me like, you have some really strong emotional qualities, but then you have some things that maybe are strong considerations for other people, and you have to figure out how to meet that in the middle, And maybe there's a marriage. Maybe it's the marriage of, wedding yourself to the emotionality of another and becoming a true partnership there, like that card says. I'm just going to let it go with that. So that's it for another episode of TFT Tarot for Today presents Oberon's outlook on the emotional exchanges. It's been my pleasure to read for everyone, and even to work with little Shadow here. Boy, she was just so lovey-dovey. So I hope you all loved all of that, and we will see you again next Friday. Take care. Bye.